little bit late, but wanted to still reach out to you. I hope y'all are doing well. And this is, of course, my Tuesday talk that I do every week, every other week, really, this month, which I had kind of pulled back on just so that I could concentrate a little bit more on finishing my book. So I'm doing that. That's going pretty well. I'm excited about that, actually. And, just glad to be making progress. Y'all may not understand. Hey, Lamar, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Knowing, working on having worked on the CD project for 21 years. I mean, it's literally older than my son. To now be in the process of completing another project, this book project, right on the heels of having completed the CD. It's just very exciting. And then to be working on some other stuff too, like working on a Christmas album and, and a few other things in the works too. So it's really exciting. So I'm glad that that's happening. And Lamar, anything going on with you that you want to let me know about? You can just put it in the chat right there, or you can send me a message or whatever. This is my old schoolmate Lamar, plays drums and does a great job. And he's been through a little bit health-wise, but he's on the good side of it now. So we're definitely glad that the Lord has kept him through all of that. So good to see you always. And let's see who else is on here. Let's see here. I see who's on Facebook. It's hard to tell unless you make comments, but y'all feel free to make comments. I'm always glad to hear from you. And, it's definitely good to see you always. So here we are, April 13th, 2021. Easter has now come and gone, and it was a beautiful day, full of praise, full of thankfulness, and, reflection and gratitude. Just a lot of work, like as a church musician. Easter is always, whoo. So we did a couple of virtual videos this year, which was nice. So, they weren't letter perfect in the sense. I had some software issues, but, you can still go to the Fourth Baptist page on YouTube, Fourth Baptist Church, Richmond, Virginia, on our YouTube page, and you could just see the service. Had some special guests. My former assistant director, David Wilson, he was singing. He's got a wonderful voice. And Adrian Webster, she's one of my bandmates now with Soul Expressions. She sang along with David. And then we had a good brother, Dwayne Daniels, great singer. He's from City Church in Richmond. He did a lead for me as well. So I got some nice music happening, and I was very happy with what everyone did. So if you want to come and check that out, by all means do. And then let's see what else is going on. I actually had a podcast interview with Miss Sarah Hurd, and I want to make sure that I don't get her name wrong, but she is she's definitely got a strong following in the DC area and beyond, and we were on there talking about jazz in the spirit and just some of the the backstory. How I got introduced to Mr. Max Roach and, the pivotal role that he played in, the early early stages of my career, including helped me pay for school, which was critical. And, the idea of giving back from what you've been given and that sort of thing. So it was really nice. And so I definitely thank her for that, and my publicist, Laurie Williams, for making it happen. Then it was kind of exciting. I've gotten some quotes from a few folks for my book. We've reached out to quite a few people, for quotes about gospel jazz and what it's all about and their particular stamp on it. Just looking for more. But we definitely were glad to hear from Pastor Ben Tankard, who, as he told me, was dubbed by Dr. Bobby Jones, the godfather of gospel jazz. And so, because he, had really been a pioneer in the use of that term and sort of, taking that hybrid style and, giving a name and a face to it, in the late 80s. And so I was glad to hear some quotes from him, as well as a new friend, Miss Laurie Williams, who's a wonderful singer, songwriter, artist, recording artist. She's got an album out now. I think one of her songs is actually on the Billboard charts right now. So she was talking about how, just her experience, as an artist and sort of being trained in the gospel world and the jazz world, and how those have fused for her, and just a few other people that have, made comments. But again, we're going to be looking for some more, because I want to have a good cross-section of people making contributions to this book, because I want to really give a solid statement, a well thought out, a well put together introduction, if you will, and an attempt to codify all these disparate elements of gospel jazz that have been so scattered and called by many different names, so I'm excited about that. And so those of you who may be watching this, if you like to make, some sort of statement about gospel jazz that you'd like me to consider for inclusion, listen, send me a DM, or, you can leave stuff in the chat. You can send me an email. There's a new email address I started. It's called peoplewhomakeaDifference@jazzandthespirit.com. So definitely hit me up. I'll say one more time, peoplewhomakeaDifference@jazzandthespirit.com. So definitely let me know. We'd love to hear from you. So that's going on. And then, of course, I'm still actively promoting the CD. I know some of you who are of the post-CD generation, that sounds like an antiquated way of referring to an album. But that's what I grew up on. So I'm still a little bit of an old head where that's concerned. It's an album. It's a digital download. It's a stream. It's all of those things. But I call it a CD because that's kind of what I grew up on. So actually, we still had the vinyl albums and cassette players and stuff too. So there is no cassette available of Jazz in the Spirit right now. But if anyone, would like to have one, we could probably make it happen for you. Just let me know. But obviously, we're still trying to reach our goal of, 10,000 units downloaded, sold, or streamed by June 18th of this year, which is just a few months away. And hoping to make that, even though sometimes progress can be kind of slow. We also have reduced the price of our T-shirts and mugs, sort of by popular demand. I had said at one of my lives that you know, I really was just trying to account for the amount of time and effort that my wife, who actually makes them, had put into them, you know, and just wanted to have something that represented that. But even she thought I was asking too much. So, you know, we brought it down. So so the T-shirts are now $20, and the mugs are now $10. And that reminds me, here's the mug. Let's see, Facebook and YouTube folks, y'all get a little close up. Instagram folks, you guys can get a little close up. And comes in very handy during these lives. So, going to be doing that. You can just go to my website, www.jazzinthespirit.com, and you can hopefully order one of those, and we'll send it out to you. Then, of course, CDs are still available. Also, www.jazzinthespirit.com, and eventually, you know, I hope to make the book available that way too. And so, you know, so we're going to be doing that real soon. Okay, so in other news, I'm kind of pleased to announce that we've started to, there's some gigs that have actually started to open up again as more people have gotten vaccinated, and, you know, some of the more safeguards are in place. I don't think we're quite there yet where everybody can relax and say, oh, we passed this. I don't think we're there yet, but so we're still being very careful. But Soul Expressions, the event band that I play with, you know, with Mr. Wilbert Henderson is the manager of that band. We just played out at a school in Chatham, Virginia. It's about 2.5 hours away from here. And, you know, it was cool. We've done that the last few years. But unfortunately this year, this was the first year we tried to do it outside because of COVID, but it was like a torrential rainstorm. So we got to play, you know, we did our sound check, you know, and a lot of the kids were there for that. And we did maybe like one set, maybe, I don't know, it might have even been 3/4 of a set, but it wasn't that much, and the heavens just opened up. So we didn't, unfortunately, have enough shielding for our equipment where we were, you know, just where we had been placed in the facility. So we had to call it a day a little early, but the kids were still able to have a good time, and I'm glad that we were able to go there again this year. And then this coming Saturday, we're going to be going down to Edenton, North Carolina, which is a nice long ride, for a private event down there. So, you know, so there are things that are starting to happen again. I've gotten a few calls to do some studio sessions recently, which has been cool. And then, you know, I guess in May, a couple of performances that I've gotten asked to participate in as a guest. So yeah, there's some things going on. Don't yet have a Jazz in the Spirit event on the books that I can let you know about. But when I have them, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, of course, we have our Friday Night Inspirations, which are every other week. So we won't be doing one this Friday, but we'll be doing one the following Friday. So we hope that y'all can check it out. And in the meantime, just catch up on all the goings on. We have all these videos up on all these different platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter /Periscope, on Twitch. And you can certainly send us messages, give us feedback, all of that stuff. So we invite you to like, to follow, to subscribe, to click the notification bell, so that you'll be alerted anytime we go live. I didn't actually even put any advertising up about going live tonight. I just said, well, let me just go for it, because 2 weeks ago I said I would. So I want to be a person of my word. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on in terms of the general things. But also we have a new song of the month, and that is my song Light of the World. And Light of the World actually has a line dance. And so I did it, in person at my Friday Night Inspiration. But this past Saturday, I just did it using a little souvenir that I got from New Orleans. And that was kind of a cool way to do it. So I think I'm going to do that again and just share Light of the World with you all. If you've never, I hope that you've heard the song before, but if you never have, it's a hymn originally called Jesus, the Light of the World. And some people just use the chorus part, which is the walk in the light, beautiful light, come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright, shine all around us by day and by night, Jesus, the light of the world. And so that's the lyric that goes to it. But of course, this is an instrumental version. And so what I did to kind of illustrate the message of walking in the light is we formed a cross. So basically what happens is you take, 2 steps forward, you go backwards, you take 2 steps this way and go backwards, 2 steps back and come back, and then you take 2 steps to the left and come back. So each time you're coming back to the center and you're forming the shape of a cross. And so that's the essence of how the dance is done. But it's just a lot more fun using my little guy. So I'm gonna do that now. And definitely, if you all have any suggestions, any feedback, any things you want to let me know, any things that you all are doing, please send me a message. You can do the various forms of direct messaging, the chat, or my favorite, which is send me an email to peoplewhomakeadifference@jazzinthespirit.com. That's the most preferred way, because then we can send you messages that don't have to, involve social media per se. All right, so let me go ahead on to the song. All right, and let's see. Got a little. There we go. All right. So this is my song, Light of the World. And this is my friend, Mr. Saxophone player from New Orleans. Right? Yep. So he's just going to bounce around a little bit first. And then we're going to take you through the dance. All right, so first you go this way, forward, right? Back to the center, and come to the right. Back to the center. And you go back. Back to the center, and you go left to the center. All right, pivot, then you pivot, then you pivot. You do it again. All right, back, and to the center, then go back to the center. To the left, to the center. Pivot. Then you pivot. And we start this way. So forward to the center. Right to the center. Back to the center. Then we go left. Center. Do it again. Forward to the center, to the right, to the center, go back to the center, go left to the center. Yeah. Then you pivot, pivot, then you pivot. Now I'm going this way. Forward, Steve Brown on the guitar. Go right to the center. Then we go back to the center. Then we go left to the center. Then you pivot. Then you pivot. Then you pivot. Hey, go forward to the center. Right. Center. Back to the center. Go left to the center. Then pivot. Pivot. Then pivot. Hey, damn it. Got the idea? I think you do. Yeah. Come on back. That's it. You're just grooving now. Jesus alive. Think about, dude. Thank you very much. Say hi to the YouTube and Facebook folks. All the way straight from New Orleans, my man. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. It's always great to see you. Lamar, definitely. I hope you're thinking of some great things that you can do live and you can share them with us. And everybody else that's been watching, thank you for joining us. And I hope that you will... you will try that little line dance. You gotta, listen to the song and you'll get an idea. And if you ever need the instructional video, we got it. But I want to actually eventually produce a real one with some dancers and all that kind of stuff. So that's on the way. So those of you that do video, those of you that dance and all that stuff, hit me up because I want to put you to work. All right? Try not to break the bank, but I want to do something like that because I think it would catch on pretty nicely. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And let me see. Do I see, who is that? Triana Alanis, I think. Yeah, well, hello. Thank you for being here and for liking our video. I appreciate it. So hopefully, in the not too distant future, we'll have more to say about that. But in the meantime, you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. Continue to like, follow, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And also, if you enjoy the content that you've seen, feel free to show your appreciation by making contributions. It's a suggested contribution of $10. I hope that y'all don't think that that's too, exorbitant. But, it does take work to do this. I hope that y'all will continue to support the artist. It means a lot. And like I said, we won't be doing Friday Night Inspiration this weekend. We're going to be working on my book. And then I have a gig on Saturday, actually. So, but the following week, we'll be back at it. And I hope that you all will, will definitely continue to stay in touch. Brother Chester Eugene Williams, how are you doing, sir? Great choir director and musician from Tidewater area in Virginia. Thanks for being on here. It's great to see you. And all of you that will watch this later, all that stuff is still in effect. So please continue to join, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, y'all have a great night, and God bless.